Ah, what joys to listen to some music before stream. Good morning, beds and sleepyheads. I hope that everybody is doing well today. I hope I did everything correctly today. Hold on. I posted those. We're going through the checklist together. I posted those. I posted the thing there. I did the other thing. I think I got everything. I think everything is A-okay. I think there's hope. Hope for a better tomorrow and a fruitful today. And of course, some good musics to jam to. While we reduce that volume by a little bit. But first of all, the most important thing of all, congratulations to Minerva, Jonesy, and Brian for first, second, and third respectfully. Hello, Minerva. Hello, Jonesy. Hello, Brian. Hello, Ling. Hello, Kimberly. I hope that everybody is doing well today. Just a little bit. Because I feel like it's just a hair on the loud side. We're going to actually reduce the volume on here as well. Now, I suppose that I should be apologizing to start with because I know that today was actually supposed to be Yakuza Day. But I made the terrible, terrible mistake of being tired today. And just... I was reading some rules for TTRPG before we got started, way before just before we got started, and I was reading it for far too long. Foolish of me. And I was just like, man, I just don't got the brain for Yakuza today. I don't know why. So instead, let's drive trucks. That seems like the right thing to do. Let's go beep beep with trucks. Exactly, Ling, we gotta go on a road trip. Also, Ling, I hope that both of your D&D sessions as well. I know I asked already before, but still. But also, congratulations, Brian, on the new milestone. You're gonna hit 150 soon. That's redonkulous. Borderline illegal, one might even say. Pretty sure you're foraging those papers at this point. Being stopped at the watch streak checkpoint. They're going over your paperwork methodically with like a fine-tooth comb, and it's like, I don't know how he does it, but it's legit. Let him through. Because obviously you couldn't have just been here the whole time. Impossible. We're fighting a demonically possessed Tiamat at level 20. It's going to be, that sounds nutty. That sounds incredible, actually. I hope that you enjoy it immensely. I'm trying to reacquaint myself with everything so that I remember. Right, okay, that's right, we were working towards paying off the 100,000 euro loan. And then I whoopsie-doodled my way into a crash that cost us a notable amount of money. Because I flipped myself. I really should at this point make like a, how to say it, like a counter. That's just like how many times has Will flipped a truck. Because, you know, we're only at 2, but... that is a concerning amount of times that I've flipped a truck. Paint that truck red and blue. And could be the spitting image of Optimus Prime. You right, Brian, but we don't have the money for that right now. We have bills to pay. We got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. Let me quickly check what our stats are at the moment. Because I can't remember for the life of me. Oh, game's having a sec. It's having a conundrum. It's having a, you really want me to load this right now for the first time in like 2 weeks? Like, yes please, game, if you could. Oh, we're very tired. Did we not sleep recently? Alright, let's quickly go and get a spot to sleep. And then we'll get started on the money-making idea. Besides, there's 2 spots that we haven't actually looked at yet, so... Look both ways? Not I, said the transport truck driver. 4-way stop? Not I, said the transport truck driver. I don't drive dangerously, chat. I drive creatively. This vehicle. Did you see them? Did you see that shenanigans just now? I'm starting to think they were hoping that I hit them. I'm starting to think that they might be one of them there insurance fraud people, you know? One of those people. Those that are like, yeah, insurance fraud. It's the new cool hip thing to do. To which we shake our head and go, tisk tisk. I'm just gonna bonk some of these out just so that we at least have. Oops. So scammers, maybe. That's what I'm saying, Brian. There's scammers out here trying to be like, oh, this truck hit me. And it's just like, look, your front is damaged because you hit me, mister. Ignore the fact that I also just hit a wall there. Just ignore that. I mean, isn't it in the... I think it's in this. I know it's at least in the Saints Row. I don't remember if it's in the Stay Good. I don't know if it's in the GTA games where you can do insurance fraud, where you just throw yourself into traffic, and that's how you make money. It's a silly little game mechanic, which can be very amusing. Where you just run through traffic and you're like trying to get hit or like hit by multiple vehicles in order to make that sweet, sweet moolah. Alright, 2 more spots to tap. I'm not even going to bother with that middle one because otherwise this character's probably just going to frickin' fall over. Don't worry about it. Also, one final question to Ling Ling. I'm sorry that I've put the spotlight on you today. How is it going with the art stuff? Did you get the art stuff done that you were working on? I'm like, point at one chat member specifically. You are the target of my... Okay, good. They did actually keep going. You are the target of my conversation right now. I will not be apologizing for these actions. I simply will do what I was going to do. You will just have to deal with it. Ling is just like, I got other things to do. I'm not talking to you, you weirdo. There you go. Yeah, you're very, very tired. We're literally heading towards a truck stop as we speak, which is the whole reason I did this cycle the way that I did, and I just forgot about it halfway through, where it's like, well, if we knock all the stuff out, and we got that out of the way, and then we just end... Don't you hit me, sir. That's right, I can't hit you, it's impossible. But you can hit me. Where is the sleepy spot? I don't want to buy it. I want to sleep here. Or is this one of those you can't sleep here unless you own the place? I'm starting to think the case is that I can't purchase that I have to purchase this in order to sleep here. Which is not going to happen. I'm not that large of a boy yet. One day, though. One day we will have trucking locations in all of Europe. At least one per country. We'll plop one in France, one in Belgium, one in Germany, one in Austria. It'll be great. It'll be a trucking empire of sorts. Sir. Sir. I know that it was my fault, but I'm gonna blame you because that's easier than taking responsibility. Look, I'm not saying that my methods are the correct methods, but I am saying I must be doing something right because I feel like I'm doing something right. Alright, snooze time and then we'll go grab a job. Badink. We made some income from Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. And our loan installation came off, which is, it's not crazy, but imagine though, if you will, that like every day you had to pay almost $3,000 just to like deal with your debts to the bank. But some of that money is going towards repaying it. There's just an 18% rate. That's brutal. Well, look who it is. Hello, Disco. I hope that you're doing well. Any gerbs in the area? Oh, wait. Oh, that's a really good haul. Oh, wait, we do need to go price. But wait. That's a shorter distance. Still a pretty good amount of pay. Oh, and Snappa finally gets his wish. Kind of. We're driving with flammable stuff. You know what? Heck it. What's this now? We're about to haul heavy. Review to make sure it's up to task. Is it up to task? I don't know if it's up to task. I don't know if I can carry this. Oh, my engine might not be strong enough for this. Gonna get moved to another project at worst, trying to finish all the pending work I have on my current project. Is this a good thing though, Disco? Like, is it one of those you can finally go, huh, okay, I don't have to worry about this anymore? Well, once it's done, of course, specifically. Okay, I don't know if we could actually do that. I think it might be too heavy. Because it's 25 tons. What about this one, though? This one looks like we can do. Now let's hope we can get to it fast enough. Depends on how the client is going to be. You know what? That is an extremely fair statement. You are, in fact, correct. It does entirely depend on what the client ends up wanting. Well, then in that case, fingers crossed that your client is not a pain in the ass. I toss towards you hope that it is going to be a nice and smooth situation. Or at least as smooth as it can be, considering that clients do be clienting. Oh, hello there, Tinnitus. Oh, didn't think I'd meet you here today. That's crazy. 1 second, please. Oh, you're persistent. Ooh, baby. And there we go. Got it. Yes, this was the one that we would like, please and thank you. Now, I guess, Disco, if you don't mind me asking, have you dealt, like, is the project you're doing right now, like, one that's a pain in the butt when it comes to clients? Or zip in relatively smooth sailing despite the sudden need to be like, oh, gotta get all my stuff done before the switcheroo. Also, if you don't want me to ask about this, obviously just mention it, because don't want to be stepping on any toesies. Just curiosity provokes. Like, as someone who has dealt with clients, it's just like, there's an immediate, like, how to say, perceived camaraderie, I guess. Just like, oh, I understand. I understand it, I'm sorry. We head on beyond. One of the biggest roundabouts known to frickin' mankind. Wow, look at the look at our GPS. Look at that winding. This looks like you know how there's those tracking apps that you can get in order to keep track of like how much you've walked? I feel like that's what my walking routine looks like when I am out specifically to go for a walk. Like, it's just like I take like a right at some point and then take a random left and then take another right and then go for a while and then hop over like one street that's really close to where I was before and immediately just kind of go, no, I wanted to actually go here. Embarkment, please and thank you. I would like to go onto the waters, please, and head towards the British land. And hello, Nevermore, how are you? Yes, we are trucking and of simulator sorts. Oh, here comes the speed bumps. Oh. Don't mind me, just gonna cough up a lung as my innards have been scrambled by the speed bumps. I'm sorry. It's just because we're already late because of all of us work on different projects already, and this one is the one that got delayed because of it. So before I start the new one tomorrow, I want to let everything that depends on me, or get everything that lets absolutely does, because it's completely reasonable. Because if I want, I will not have time for this project. Yeah, I totally get you. Like, very much like, I need to get this done now. One, so that everything that is attached to me is done and it doesn't somehow affect somebody else. And two, then it's done, that you can fully wash your hands of it. How's my Sunday going? My Sunday has been going all right. One of those days where life's kind of lining up a little bit unexpectedly. Like, a family came to visit today for a little bit, and just before they got here, I had a moment of just like, oh crap, I think I have D&D today. Like, oh crap, how am I gonna deal with this? And then I check the D&D group and I'm just like, hey guys, just so you know, I'm gonna be late. Like, if you guys want to start already, it's totally fine. Hello Sophie, how are you? And right as I do, I realize that message, or that group, has like a dozen messages in it already. And but I've already sent it. And then someone's like, oh, don't worry about it, you're good. And then I read up again, and it turns out that our DM was just straight up like, yeah, I can't actually do today. Sorry everyone, we're gonna have to reschedule. And it's like, ooh. Thank goodness. Now I can blame the DM. Way to go, DM. Way to ruin it for all of us. And I'm sorry to hear that, Sophie. I hope that your day gets better soon. Scheduling is the issue. Absolutely. And like, it was planned for today and it just slipped my mind and I'm like, ah crap, you know, like I'm being the guy right now. Luckily, in that game, my character doesn't really have any, how to say, my character, I'm playing that particular game because they had a character slot that they wanted to fill. But I specifically was like, I'm not going to do a character with any, like, significant backstory. Like, that character is created to be entertaining. Because it's a game that we do online. So, like, if I'm not there for a bit, it's like, it's okay. You know, like, just go ahead and do your thing. I will pop in, and it won't really matter because my character is mostly just a mixture of comic relief and, like, social support, I guess. Like, as someone who's done a lot of DMing, I'm basically there to help direct some of the story if the party gets lost, and I'm just like, oh, I see the direction required. Unsure of where they want me to go right now. I think I'm getting onto the boat by the look of it. Yeah, this looks like the way that I'm supposed to take. I hope so. Yeah, looks like it. Uno secondo, chat. I just want to finish this up because otherwise I'm gonna... And... Oop. Possible directions. I would like to go there for the 300 pounds. Used to DM a lot, but I haven't played in about 5 years. I think I just grew out of it. Life's become too busy. Understandable. I used to DM a lot, but my anxiety got the better of me, so I unfortunately didn't finish a lot of the campaigns that I started running. And it's actually been kind of a nice treat to be into campaigns where I'm not the DM, where I can just kind of figure out how to be a player again, because I haven't figured out how to do that in a while. Alright. We're in ye old England now. Pillow fight. Consider me defeated. I don't give way to anybody. I'm the one with the flammable fuel behind. Excuse me, sir. Oh, no, game. I should not be fined. They hit me. I was turning completely reasonably. They just plowed into me. Bologna. Bologna, I say. My depression is really bad this month. I'm sorry to hear that, Sophie. Depression can be definitely a tough nut to crack. But don't forget that it will pass. As difficult as that can be sometimes to remember. I don't remember where the quote is from specifically, but this too shall pass. I know that's definitely gotten me through some, like, bad days where there's just that internal, like, all right, remember, you know, it will get better. This is the phase, this is the part of life right now that is on the more negative side, but we will get to the better part of life. We just gotta get there. Wow. I feel like I can go this way, and I'm going to, because I want to unlock that question mark. And I shan't be... Oh yeah, even the roundabouts are the other way. I'm trying not to say the wrong way, even though it messes with me. Solarcy, thank you so much for the raid! One moment, I need to unlock this before I do anything else, because otherwise I'm just gonna get frustrated. How was your games? How was Final Fantasy? Here we go. Yeah. Boop. Breaks. Boop. There you go. For those who are not following Solarcy, you should. She's a goober. and plays a variety of games, including Final Fantasy, Metaphor, Genshin Impact, of which I would argue she is addicted to, and we should all help her through her time of need. But how are you, Solarcy? And Dunmedi, hello, thank you so much for stopping by as well. I hope that everybody had a good time over at Solarcy's place. We're technically supposed to be playing Yakuza at the moment, but my brain is... So I'm like, let's do trucking instead. I can't be helped if I don't want to be helped. Solarcy, jail. Straight to jail. Straight to gotcha jail. You're getting cold turkeyed. You're getting put in a room with no computer and no phone, with a good amount of food and other things to keep you occupied, like canvases and paints, just like there. Go paint something. Go sweat out your gotcha addiction. I don't know who that is. Solarcy, you seem to forget that I don't play gacha games, so you're speaking a foreign language to me right now? Then no, the opposite of him. So, meh. Sounds lame. It's supposed to be. It's a detox. What part of that don't you understand? Also, look, Solarcy, we're in the England. We're driving on the left side of the road and looking at man that I want to yell at, but will not. Bobby out here like, oh, you got a license for that truck? And I go, sure I do. That is a UK police car. It sure is! And I have a nasty habit of accidentally crashing into them. Wink. Not just them, just police cars in this game specifically. Oh, why does he get to speed and I don't? Rules for me, not for thee, as always. Classic. Also, Solarcy, if you need to go take care of yourself, please by all means do so. Do a heckin' good whoop. I don't know why you slowed down there, sir. Sir! Your frickin' logs with your lumber. How about you check your lumbar system instead there, because you're slowing us all down. Gonna do some enjoy your gotcha dailies. Don't get me wrong, there's a part of me that wishes that I did enjoy gotchas. Not from the perspective of wanting to purchase things, but just from the perspective of enjoying playing them so that I could be cool, hip, and with it with the lads. Lads being a gender-neutral term in this particular situation. But it just doesn't appeal to me. And it's just one of those things that I just can't get. Like, it doesn't lock in. You ever think about how daily tasks like eating and sleeping are basically just dailies? Well, yeah, of course. The difference is that they're required for survival. Gotcha is a chosen thing. Eating and sleeping is the only choice in the matter, is whether or not you want to drop dead from hunger or insomnia. Although eventually normal people can't fight sleep past a certain point. Like, you will just fall over and sleep. It just is how it is. Getting gems to get hot characters isn't. No, that is completely by choice. That is absolutely by choice. That is not a requirement of any kind, and thank you for reminding me of the exact reason why I don't like gachas, because everyone does that crap. They're like, ugh, it's life. It's like, it's not. Before gachas, you were doing just fine, and you will be fine after gachas. They are not important. They are dopamine drip games, much like this one is. The difference is that this game is a one-time purchase and is not plucking on your horny strings. Unless you're attracted to trucks, I suppose, in which case then it's very much plucking on the horny strings. And that is exactly why before widespread healthcare, people were doing fine. Disco, those are so not equal, you son of a gun. You son of a gun, you. You cannot conflate those two. Ooh, I'm shaking my fist at you right now. This rascal right here. You are not gonna let me go past. Oh, that's because I'm going too fast. I'm going way too fast. Oh, I'm in London. Solarcy, give me your address. I'll come visit. I'm in London. I don't even think you're in London, but... Oh my god, stop by. Well... I'm already racking up fees, so maybe I shouldn't stop by because I'm already losing money just being here by not being able to slow down. But the speeds keep changing. It's like, okay, well now it's 80 kilometers maximum, and now it's 45. It's like, pick speed, game. Stop lying to me. I think the GPS is just straight lying in this area. It's just 45 up until, well, a specific point at least. What part of London? That part of London. Southern London. Now, London's actually pretty small. It's just one giant road around it and then a cut through. You're by... Croydon? Well, there you go. If I had left, I go to South something. I go to South British word. And if I go right, I go towards London. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna use this guy as a blocker for anybody who's trying to go this way. There we go. But nice. I don't know if that implies that I'm closer or further away from you, but regardless, consider me borderline knocking on your door, being like, hello! I've come to visit and throw cold water on your face every time you mention gotcha. A very reasonable act. I wonder if it takes you over the Tower Bridge. Well, we're gonna find out because we're going through London. I don't suspect so, though. I don't think it's a flawless representation of the area, especially since this game came out in like 2012, 15, 12, one of the two. But if any of this seems familiar to some degree, then yay. Dang it. Oh, I'm also supposed to turn here. Sorry, sir. This is my spot now. Deal with it. I'm sitting poorly again. Gosh dang it. Come on, lights. It's my turn. Thank you. As I aggressively... Right. We gotta go. We gotta go on the other side. England's such a funny place to drive. It's such a silly place to drive. Desperately trying to not break any more traffic rules or crash into something. There's some sort of spiraling egg over there. Does that mean anything? Your steering wheel's on the wrong side. That's because this was a used truck that was cheap, so I bought it. There's a skyscraper in the center. Oh, well, there you go. Well, it looks like I'm already leaving London again. Sorry, Solarcy, I don't think I'm hitting any of the big landmarks here. It's next to the walkie-talkie that literally burned cars while being built. I'm sorry? Wait, as in like it was reflecting like sunlight in a way that was setting cars on fire, or at least doing damage to them? If so, incredible. Imagine how easy it would be to sue. Just like, hey, the skyscraper melted my car. Sued. Although I don't know how easily you can sue in the UK. In the States, you would have like basically an instant win there as long as you had a half-decent lawyer. Don't know what it would be like in the UK if you could be like, hey, so this building melted my car? And it's real obvious that it did it? Hey, hey! They're not very confrontational like that. Well, that's dumb! Get them! In this situation, you have every right to sue because you just parked your car where you normally do, and then it's on fire! Well, or melted. One of the two. Regardless, you have now been inconvenienced. Like, to a not insignificant amount. Like, your life is meaningfully altered. And actually, my dailies, thanks for driving by my house. No problem, Solarcy. I didn't honk and I'm sorry, but good luck with your dailies. I should have honked, though, in hindsight. I should have been like... I don't remember which one it is. There. Yeah. Consider that the beep beep that you heard outside. I feel like that's the most introverted, like, friendship situation, though, you know? Like, hey, I drove past your house. Just like, oh, cool. Nobody even ponders the fact that either of you considered inviting the other inside. Like, literally just, all you did was just go like, I passed by your house, and it's like, oh, that's nice. That's it. Full stop. Weent. Hello, Avatar. Weent at you too. Happy weent, should I say. Ooh, almost hitting vehicles. Avatar, distracting me while I'm driving. Was it my choice to look over? Maybe. That's not important, though. Always be hitting. It's true, hitting and quitting. Or in this case, hitting and fleeing. Hitting and running, exactly. Look. Look. There's nothing wrong. Nope. You know, I'm not finishing that one. I don't know how to make that one work in a way that doesn't make me sound like a psycho. So we're gonna step on past that one. We're instead just gonna take this here turn. Hold on, I can't read it yet, but I presume, Avatar, that you said something along the lines of, there's nothing wrong with insert thing that is definitely wrong here. Am I close? Am I close? We're gonna check right now. There's nothing wrong with bracket thing that everything is wrong within bracket. All right, I was in the ballpark. I was in the ballpark. You know, I smacked the ball. It was kind of it was closer to a bunt. Kind of like made it past the pitcher, but not really far. Enough for me to make it to first base, but not to like home run it by any stretch. Nobody was expecting a home run from me. I am once again going too fast. Whoopsie doodle. Wait, is it true? Oh. It goes so... I do not understand the speed system of this game. I feel like it is constantly lying to me. Like, alright, you can only go 48 here. It's like, alright. And then it's like, well, you can go 80 here. Like, oh! And it's like, well, you can only go 48 here. It's like, okay, I don't know what you want from me anymore. I don't know which way is left and right, nor up and down, zigzags. Or like speed suggestions. Got 'em. Hello, Kaju. How are you doing? Happy weekend. Hope that your Sunday's treating you well. Just like real life. As we all know, if we don't see it, if we don't see the speed limit, it's not illegal. Simpsons taught me that. Oh, by the way, Avatar, I feel like you would enjoy this. Do you see my hat? I don't think they're actually gonna... Well, I'm definitely getting frickin'... Am I not getting conked? Are they just gonna let me have it? Mint. Alright, so... Here's the joke. You know the Man I Love Frogs hat, right? My thought process here is that I say that all my trucks are in mint condition. Snappa, we just delivered flammable fuel. We did it all for you, buddy. I need to see what my stats are at. Yeah, it should be okay to be able to drive again. Hour. Oh, that's an area that we haven't reached before. Let's do that. As opposed to beef. Oh, we've never been to Paris. That's incredible. If there's a speed limit, why do cars go faster than that? We all know why, Kaju. We all know why. Just in time for Memorial Day. Well, you're gosh darn welcome. Also, games with a speed limit, but no pedestrians to run over. How hollow. Snappa. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. 0 out of 10, worst game. I mean, to be fair, you're not wrong, Kaju. I mean, the whole reason that the term jaywalking existed was to stop people from walking over roads because car companies were tired, I think it was of getting sued for people getting hit by cars. Like, the term jaywalking is purely an anti-pedestrian approach. Like, it's, hey, pedestrian, it's your fault that you got hit by that car. And hello, Forgotten Dreamers. I hope that you're doing well. Sir! You saw it. That guy freaking hit me. Where is my light? Oh! I see. I'm on the wrong side of the road. Still in Britain. Still in... Okay, well, I don't feel bad about hitting you, you frick. I hope your car doesn't start anymore. That bus is in a hurry. That bus is a jerk. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going the same way as it, so we're gonna have our chance for revenge. Now, he is going fast. He is going over the speed limit by, like, a lot. I'm not catching up to him, and I'm going well over the speed limit. Why does he get to do what he does? You know what? No, I don't care if I lose money on this. Fuck you, bus. There. All is well in the world now. There was actually less accidents in general when essential workers were the only ones on the road. Yeah, of course! Of course there were! When you have, like car-clogged cities where everyone constantly wants to go ahead of everybody else, you're gonna have accidents. But if you take away a lot of that, and usually essential workers, like especially like ambulance drivers and doctors and stuff, if they're capable of getting to places with less, don't you do it, you slow the heck down, thank you. You know, that's gonna lead to less accidents. But it's also just like a statistics thing, right? Like, if you reduce the amount of cars on the road by 60%, there's a good chance that you're gonna cut accidents by 60% because there's just less cars on the road. Yeah, 60% might be a little bit unreasonable, but you're going to see a decrease in accidents. It's like the same reason that there's this weird situation happening with the whole, like, have you noticed how there's so many more, like, how to say, there was a great thing that I read recently, or heard recently, where there was the whole just, like, you know, there's the weird thing with the whole, like, oh, have you noticed how there's more, like, autism in the world? It's like, yeah, of course there is. We have more stuff to see it happen, you know? Like, we have more ways of diagnosing it and spotting it. Like, it was always there, we just know how to find it now. It's in a similar thought process, right? It's like we're going to get less accidents if there are less cars. Because it's the cars, or it's the cars that are getting into accidents. What is the one statistic that I really enjoyed once upon a time? What was it? It's just like 90% of shark attacks happen in the what do you call it? On the beach. And it's just like, well, yeah, of course that's where the shark attacks happen. That's where the people are. You're not gonna have a shark attack for the most part if you're not at the beach. Basic statistics, ladies and gentlemen. There's more. Yeah, exactly. Forgotten Dreamers. We just know how to figure it out better. Or the one statistic that I also really enjoyed was just like, have you noticed that there's more left-handed people now? It's just like, no, there's not more left-handed people. It's just now way easier to be left-handed people, someone with left-handed, because they don't try to break your hand when you write with your left hand. Like, what? There's more left-handed people? No, just people aren't being punished for using their left hand anymore. Love that your extended trailer slapped him on the cutoff. It's the right thing to do, Snappa, alright? If you considered that there's more information, so therefore, and therefore more self-diagnosis. But even, like, medically speaking, there's more diagnosis. And it's just because we know more. It's just, sorry. I know that frickin', like, there's more autism because of vaccines bullshit. Like, that's something I just won't stand for. It's like, no, it's because we are understanding how autism works and how to diagnose it better. So therefore, it's easier to spot because we know more. Anger-inducing. Angy noises. Consider. Sharks are, yeah, exactly. Sharks are aquatic animals. Oh, no way. It's almost like Dad has become more easily excitable and said something go, or something go figure. Welcome to people making me want to throw things out windows. Oh, I get it too. The reason I don't bring it up in chat very often is specifically that, right? Like, I would think that a majority, if not most of my viewers are probably in a similar mindset to me about most things of that stuff. One of the reasons I don't bring it up is because why would I be like, hey, you know this thing that makes you mad? Let's talk about it. It's like, well, no. Why not? Let's not think about it, because why would we stress ourselves over that annoyance? Let's just not do that, and instead talk about fun things, like tabletops, like tabletop games, and silly things, like how frogs have teeth and toads do not. You're welcome, Solarcy. I remember taking pseudoscience where we talked about why it's dumb, and holy shit, some of the stuff I found, yeah, it's pretty nutty. Cursed knowledge. Are they actually teeth? Yeah. Frogs have teeth. Only one species of frogs have teeth on both their lower and upper jaw. All other frogs, as far as I'm aware, only have teeth in their upper jaw. And they're not useful. Like, they're almost too small to be able to do anything with. And, like, they're pretty brittle as far as I understand. So they're not, like, anything crazy. But yeah, if you Google frog teeth, you'll find a skull that shows you the teeth of the frog. People believe that coffee enemas curve. I mean... along with drinking oil, don't forget that we also have the people that believe that you can cure a bunch of stuff by drinking bleach. Even though said old folks are trying to state that they know better than the actual experts. Been studying this stuff for years. My grandpa learns. Yeah. Yeah, Facebook was a mistake. I think most people can agree that Facebook was a mistake. I think my favorite thing about Facebook right now is the AI generated clickbait images of like a soldier missing both of his arms, looking really sad, and it says like, no one is ever gonna share this, but somehow he still has 6 fingers, you know? Like, because AI. And you're just like, bruh. The fact that AI gives hands is amazing already. It's a thing. I apologize for bringing this stuff up. It's been in my brain. Give way. Well, what if I don't have... What if there's nobody? Can I not give way? Is that okay? Remember all the botched anime drawings with the terrible hands? Look, Ling, nothing will beat the AI video of Will Smith eating spaghetti. Nothing can defeat that in my eyes. Also, crap. Wait, it's hold on, snooze. Excuse me, what? I don't know where to look because they tried. They made a new version of it. So it's a little bit better, but it's still weird. Yeah, but it's Will Smith eating spaghetti. And it's so cursed. Like, it's so cursed. But it's really funny. Because it's footage. So it's moving. Hold on. I have like 1 minute and 50 seconds. I'm going to see if I can find it. Just for Ling. There it is. I sent it to you, Ling. I sent it to you, Ling. I sent it to you in the DMs. Good luck, be brave. The ultimate test of how well you can get random celebrities to eat spaghetti. Look, it's important, the first draft. Got abstract as hell. Yeah, it's incredible. It's so funny. He's not even eating it. I love that the fork, like, melts into the spaghetti and then, like, into his face. It's incredible. It's just so dang good. Okay, well, you can slow down for the cop, I guess, but I'm not gonna, because I'm on this side of the road. I'm not gonna hit him. You, however, can go ahead and brake. It's like claymation, right? It also looks like it's going backwards. Look. This is the life that we live. Also, heck, frick. Ads are starting. I'm super sorry. We'll be back ASAP, BRB. All right, we're back. I apologize for that. I forgot my water. I'll be right back. Okay, now we're back. Now I gotta definitely adjust my model because I have heckin' goofed it. Blah. Boop, 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 boop. A server? Do you mean like a Discord server specifically? Streamers? Yeah, I do. There you go. And thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. The only server you have, well, we have is Will and a... You think you're so clever, don't you, Vitrify? And the sad thing is I forgot I had a maid outfit, so I never contribute to that, like, international maid day. And then, like, a couple days later, I was like, wait, I have a maid outfit. Why didn't I use that? I could have been part of the May-Mays. And then I was embarrassed. Very embarrassed. Boom. Send me across, mine good sir. I have to really... my way out of this? Very well. We shall do so. Alan, thank you so much for the raid. Brain. Oh goodness, he's got a whole story. Sheepies are here to bother. Sheepies are here to stay. You take one down and three may frown. The sheepies come to raid today. Why, thank you so much for the raid, Alan. Thank you for the shout out, by the way, Vitrify. How was Black Mesa? I did not realize you were playing Black Mesa. Heidi ho, everybody. I hope that you guys are doing well. Infected your server. Thank you for your patronage. Thank you for the infection? It's fun. I finished the Big Mama fight. I actually know nothing about the game, so I don't know what the Big Mama fight is specifically. And also, hello. Hello, Sorty. Hello. Arch the Prod. I hope I'm saying that correctly. How's truck driving? So far, so good. We have only had 2 speeding tickets and hit 2 cars so far. So I think we're doing great. We actually haven't flipped the truck yet, which so far I have a, that's a 2 for 3. So it's a normal Sunday afternoon, basically. Basically. Though the one car hit I count as justified because they rammed into me, so I kind of like semi-pushed them off the road because they deserved it. They got violent with me, mess with the bull, get the horns, and all that good stuff. Thumbs up. I'm pretty sure that was also when I was driving with like with flammable liquid as my cargo, so that was their choice. Also, Alan, if you need to go take care of yourself, please by all means do so. We know that when we're done doing them sweet streams, that usually it means we gotta go do our thing, aka eat, stretch, hydrate, decompress, sleep, or other things that you require doing. I think I hit all the ones. There's the big five. There's the eat, hydrate, stretch, decompress, sleep. One day I'll be able to remember these offhand. Much like how I used to remember the 7 deadly sins and then they just escaped my mind. Why are you making me go this way? Oh, like I have no choice in the matter. Ugh, what a terrible way to have to do this. Unless I can just go straight and I didn't realize it? Hold on. I'm about to do some sick tricks here. Bam! And that's the next, that's the other ticket. Alright, you get on out of here, mister. Go on. Alright. Thank you kindly. I don't know why it wants me to specifically go that way when I could just go straight, unless I just did it. Like real life. Yeah, especially when I'm the one who caused it by, straight ramming peeps. But look, they were in my way. I did nothing wrong. As a big, several-ton fuck you truck, I get the right of way. Even if there are other rights of way, I get the right of way. And anyone who says otherwise has to deal with the big fuck you truck. Why not the left of way? Because left is not right, and I am correct. And if I'm correct, then I am right. Divine right. There's another right that I'm thinking of, and it's not coming to mind right now. What I'm saying is truck drivers, while in the vehicle, are all of the monarchy. Why not divine left? Because then they're left behind. Vitrified. Then they are a series of Christian propaganda movies. I think that's what they're called, right? Left Behind? I'm gonna go start cooking. Have a good one! Enjoy your heckin' good foods! And I shall. I will cause much violence and chaos. I'm gonna take this one, whether I'm allowed to or not. Did I stop just in front of it? I thought I went through it. I thought that it had no physics. Like, wait, can you just barrel through this? Because that'd be hilarious. Just, nah, I'm not actually going to pay the fine because I know that the thing that will stop me can't stop me because it has no collision physics. I think it might have literally just been on the very front of the nose. Which, in that case, that's just impressive. Sorry, brain is doing a mild reset here for a moment. Maybe I should have actually fueled up. We're getting kind of low on fuel. The sleep we should be able to handle because we still got all the time in the world. But from other perspectives, man, okay, so Thomas is simultaneously making us money, but he's making such small amounts of it. Like just a little, you know, like €100 here, 400 here. Like nothing to scoff at, but also nothing to write home about. He's basically sometimes covering our traffic and speeding ticket, our traffic and our collision tickets. But he's not bringing home the big bucks, you know? Like, he's not bringing home the oomph. Let's actually see how he leveled up. Where's my boy? Thomas! Thomas, my boy! You're still doing the high-value cargo. Yeah, his average income per day is not or his average profit per day is not great. But Ulf is not doing super incredible either, but they're at least doing the long distance driving, you know? You know what? Let's give them some ADR. That should increase their price. If they're suddenly able to start hauling some of like the dangerous cargo, that'll bring the numbers up. All right, everybody, I want you all to be certified for being able to travel with explosives. I don't like that. It increases my anxiety. Well, too fucking bad. Your profits don't give a frick about your anxiety there, Thomas. Why don't you get back in your little truck over there and start driving those pieces of dynamite to the place where it needs to go? Because that's where the money is. Get on it, Thomas. I don't know why I've decided that that Thomas is the one that's getting my ire, my aggression, my violence. I think it's just because his name's popped up a couple of times, whereas Ulf has not really popped up much. That's where the money is at, don't you know? Exactly, but he's sitting here trying to say that he has, like, a phobia of explosives, and he's afraid of driving with corrosive things as his load because he fears he'll hit something and cause irreparable environmental and human damage. Well, get over it, you big baby. Go drive that container full of hydrochloric acid to where it needs to go. And don't come back until they've paid you. Be a good driver, easy peasy. Boom, easy. Boom, absolutely ruined. Irrecoverable. Didn't stand a chance. See, now Ulf is a boy that we can rely on, though. Like, Ulf is just trying to do his best. Like, he's like, all right, I'll learn how to drive with dynamite in the back. It'll take me a bit. And it's just like, that's all we're asking for. All we're asking for. That's actually mine there, friend. I'm about to ram this son of a gun. Paid the toll. Actually wants that paycheck. Yeah. Well, Thomas wants the paycheck. He's just afraid of it. You know? He's all like, yeah, I'm afraid of things. And it's just like, hold on. I'll give the sound effect here. And I'm just like, You think you got a say in this, Thomas? This will cut to like the freeze frame of the screen and like Will was later arrested for abusing his employees. There literally cuts to footage of me being dragged out in handcuffs out of my headquarters, being like, "How was I supposed to know you weren't allowed to hit your employees? What kind of a dumb rule is that? I thought this was the European Union. I thought we had freedom here." Sir, you're thinking of America right now. As the cops casually and very sincerely just push me along, or like pull me along. No combat, like no real combativeness besides like a firm grip. And I'm just kicking and screaming. Just making a fool of myself. And then 5 years later, I run for politics. And I become the governor of Groningen. A real success story right there. All is fine. All is well. I never hit that guy. I never hit him. I did not. We get a green, please. Thank you. Did you just pull a hamstring or something? I pulled an evasive and rapid shift in lanes. I pulled a tactical maneuver, I think is the best way to describe it. Also, I have been known for making some dramatic noises when attempting Hoisey. I have been known for making strange noises when I'm trying to do things that I don't know if they'll work. I feel like it's part of the charm of watching my streams, but I don't know, some people might find it unpleasant. And to those I say, I'm not going to stop. Because it's an innate part of my being. I make silly noises when certain things happen. I'm still coming to grips with the fact that I make a Mario noise sometimes when I get startled. Completely on impulse. No control over it. But it's catching me off guard every now and then when I'm just like, wow. Where did this come from? I was so certain that we were going to Paris, but here we are. Noises and all. Why, thank you, Roland. I appreciate that. I'm just reminiscing, lamenting, pondering, observing. Ooh, can I make it to that without getting caught? Ugh. Perfect. We won't even park it because that might get too awkward. Basically, Sleepy panics, but he's not sure. True! Good evening, Dorn. I hope that you're doing well. Sorry, just gotta occasionally just enjoy the music of this game. Boop. Means we can now do, oh god, 1,100 kilometers, but you get some pretty beefy muns. Well, first thing we need to do no matter what is to take a nap. Because this old boy ain't gonna last much longer without a good Without a nice blanket. Wait, does this thing even have? Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, just a single mattress back there. Hopefully there's like a blanket and pillow under there so that you can at least have something to curl up in and lay on, rather than just, I'm just gonna sleep on a mattress. Now granted, I've done that before. Where you just kind of flop onto a mattress and you're like, good enough? Kindly ignore those. Wait, why am I going this way? I'm going the... I am a fool. I need to go this way. Ooh, hear that frickin' gearbox and it's... a rough one, to be certain. Oh god, is it this again? Gosh dang it. Is there no place to sleep around here? Crap. Here's back where we came from. Right there. Another place down that road, eh? What a shame. Alright, well, then we go that way, I guess. Hope I don't crash anybody along the way. Or, you know, run into a railing. That's also a thing that I can do. I shouldn't, but I can't. Excuse me. You can chill the heck out while I go for a little drive there, bud. You can calm your buns right down there. I think he understood. I think he realized he was being unreasonable in his calming the heck down. Ooh, almost smooth. Almost perfect. You know what? Right here is fine. Snooze. Perfect. Hope you're doing well, by the way, Dorn. There you go, Thomas. Thomas, you're bringing in the good coin. That's what we're talking about. The 920. Still waiting on the other boy, though. That is a trek. It's a lot of money, though. Actually, we need to check something else here really quick. Services bank. Yeah, we can pay this bad boy off. That reduces our euros per day that we need to worry about. Which right now, not too bad. It's 5,788 per day, but that's less than half of what our current accounts are. Means we should be okay. And this one job expires in 8 hours. It's $25 per. The best one though, 40 a freaking hour, but that is a long distance from where we are. So I think we're gonna have to take this job instead. Why are you making me go such a strange way? I can just turn here. These GPS directions are very strange. Don't you turn. Don't you turn. Oh. Alright, it's letting me go. It's being kind. Thank goodness. Don't know if we can really handle too many more tickets at the moment. At least we're aiming not to get more tickets, of course. But, as Alan said earlier, have fun accumulating tickets, and who am I to deny a fellow streamer's, you know, kind words? Perhaps I should be focusing more on getting more driving the wrong side of the lane, or the wrong side of the road, smash into vehicles. so many opportunities. Oh. And we should also, once we are able to pay off the debt, I would like to start actually leveling up this little lad here. I feel like it would be nice to have like a really, what would you call it? Like decked out, customized, colorized, upgraded cab. Be like, yeah, this is my boy. There are many others, but there are others like it, but this one is mine. And also, heck yeah, even more driving in the free roam, just to get access to a job that it looks like we're going to get to before the timer expires. And then we're going to see how long of a drive that is, because that on its own might be like an hour and a half real time. You know, if you're just driving with a bucket of sand in the back, I feel like your little tarp should be over top of that so that you're not potentially just... yeah, well, at least just peppering the person behind you in sand. Maybe that's unreasonable of me to say. Maybe that's his goal. Maybe that's one of the Top Gear guys, and he's currently being filmed taking on like another one of the Top Gear guys, except I don't know if Top Gear is a thing anymore. I think Top Gear is over. Maybe. I actually can't say that confidently. In all regards. A plane? Are we near an airport? Based on the way this is looking, I'm gonna say yes. Airport's probably right over top of us. Rather horrifying to think about. Oh, well, there goes a plane right now. Did that say Toucan? Toucan Air? Well, good luck, be brave to those wherever they're going or arriving to. I think I'm getting off here? I hope so. Oop. Oh my goodness. I'm not dealing with these slow pokes. There's a reason that we have a shoulder. And it's to get past all the slow people. No further questions yet. No questions? No commentary? Okay, well this guy's going the same way as me, and I don't think I can nudge past him in this regard, so we'll allow him to be ahead of us. Dom Depot. Drive like GTA. Thank you, Gwen. I'm glad that someone understands. How are you, by the way, Gwen? I hope that you're doing well. I hope that your weekend is treating you nicely. And that you're feeling better. I think that you said that you weren't feeling like streaming. I hope that that doesn't have implications on the rest of your day. Which I think was yesterday. Sorry. My memory is not good. Had to be taken to the doctor. What's better now? Ah, gotcha. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that it is now all sorted out. Oh, that gearbox. It crunches. It crunches something fierce. Please still have the job for me. That would be so great. Please still have the job for me. That would be so great. As I can't remember how long it took us to get here. Still got the job. Let's go. We're going all the way to Hamburg. With airmail? Wait, we're just transporting? You know what? Why am I asking questions? It's a cool to like 25 grand. What's the complaints here? All right. Calculate my location. Thank you. 12 hours. 12 and a half hours. Sorry. It's gonna be a heck of a trip today. Strap yourself in, boys and girls. We're in for the long haul. Those are strategically poorly placed bushes. My goodness. When it comes to being a truck, it's fine because you can see over them. But anybody who would want to get out of there in just a vehicle is just like, okay, I'm just kind of blind to my left. Gotta sneak out slightly and be like, is there anybody coming? Not sure. And we do a little turn. Okay, good. I just realized that after that turn, I was not really paying attention to any, like, potential dangers to myself. I was just like, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. You better wait for me, Mr. Truck. I may be bigger than you. I'm carrying several tons of mail. I am incredibly dangerous. Imagine me getting hit though, just the fireworks of letters that would blast out the back if I got into a serious accident. Just watching just thousands of people. The people's mail just side. It's chilled, right? What do you mean, Snappa? The mail? I hope the mail is chilled. I hope it's chilled mail so that there's no, you know, there's no spicy letters in there or anything, or at least they've been dulled. I don't know. We've at least frozen the angry letter bombs. What Simpsons episode was that? Oh, it's the episode with the elephant. My honey baked ham is going to get spoiled if it's not chilled. Oh no, Snappa! Artificer, hello! That's what it is. Just like people are sending us death threats and angry letter bombs. And it's entirely your two's fault. Oh, that's what it is. Hey, they're playing the elephant song. I love that. Reminds me of elephants. Speaking of random voices, I'm probably going to be recording the voice lines either on Monday or Tuesday for the Vidya game thing. So if anybody still has any suggestions that they would like to contribute in the Discord, once again, shameless plug, you can. I was like, what do you mean? I was being good. I was being nice. if anybody has any other suggestions for the potential voice lines, you can find them in the Discord under the me really quickly needing to go and look because I forgot, because I'm silly. Uno secondo. Oh, it's specifically under the post-it board, the video game voice lines. Little bit of a ways to get there. Should probably put it in a way that's a little bit easier to get to, but here we are. Not really known for being good at the whole Discord planning thing. But also didn't want to have like 1,000 channels and was like, I should probably start using threads. I don't really know how to use threads that well, but they seem like a nice way to put stuff in without causing a whole lot of issues. We're learning is what I'm saying. I'm kind of excited to do the voice lines, kind of nervous. Knitting? Yeah, of course, Vitrify, because we have threads, and if you have threads, you gotta knit them into some semblance of... I can't figure out how to make this work. No, you just gotta knit them into a thread. That's it, full stop. I didn't have to go further than that. I appreciate the line of wooden fences there. Because we know if we make it past the steel, those wooden fences, they're going to be the ones that hold the line at the end of the day. Also, Vitrify, are we going to be seeing any more Vitrify streams in the future? Is there new content coming down the pipe where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna stream this? Or have you done the famous streamer thing of putting up your hat and being like, no, I've done what I've wanted to do. It's time for the next generation to do their part. I do ponder sometimes. Like if I'll ever do the retire thing. I've paved the road for others to follow. Well, there you go, Vitrify. And you'll be an unsung hero, but a hero that we all appreciate. I do sometimes wonder, like... So, I'm not someone who leaves a party with a big farewell. I tend to just kinda leave when I don't want to be there anymore. It's just like, well, don't want to make a big deal out of it. I'm just gonna step on out of here. Bye-bye. So, like, there's a part of me that's like, if I ever quit streaming, would I have a big farewell? Or would I just be like, effective immediately, this channel will no longer be performing any streams. Please go support your favorite streamers. Goodbye. And then just all of a sudden the Discord gets deleted. It just gets yeetus deletus. And then I go, I'm so glad I handled that as well as I could. I mean, I don't have any intentions of quitting anytime soon. I enjoy streaming immensely. I wouldn't be streaming every day if I didn't. But you know, the noggin likes to joggin sometimes and be like, well, what about this scenario? How would you approach this scenario? And I don't like big grand goodbyes. But then you start thinking about the whole, like, well, it's not actually about you, it's about the community that you've developed. Hey TK, how's it going? Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. You, however, you don't get that luxury. I'm not gonna hit no bus, but a different truck? It would be very on brand if you just one day stopped streaming. On brand? How so? Explain yourself. Is it because I'm, how to say, I'm a little bit unpredictable? I just kind of do things sometimes? Or is it just like he finally slept and we're all very proud of him, but he never stopped sleeping? One day the sleep snot becomes the big sleep, and we never saw him again. Thank you for the hydrate, by the way, Luna D. Good morning. He joined the big sleep in the sky. Don't know how I'm managing to stop just before these dang things. But true, I think Vitrify, you're on point. That's probably how I just approach it. Just one day, just post on the Discord and social media, just like Will has finally taken the big sleep. Goodbye. And most people will be like, no clue what that means. But it's also been 4 months since he streamed last, so I presume that means he's quit. And then a few will be like, yeah, I know what that means. It means he's quit. And then there'll be even more that are just like, who's Will Sleeps Not? And why should I care that he's getting a big sleep? Oh, pardon the yawns. Oh, we're already in the Germanys. That means we've already done 3-hour drive. Excellent. All right, we're knocking this out pretty fast. We should make it to the end of this long road well before the end of the 3-hour mark. Wonderful. Ugh. I can feel myself pausing while between thoughts because my brain's currently wrapping itself around a new TTRPG that I'm trying to learn. And half of me is just like, I want to talk about it, even though I don't know a lot about it. But there's another part of me that's just like, find another topic until you know more about it. And it's like, okay. Ponder, 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 ponder. We don't have another topic. Well, what about the guy? And then my brain's immediately quitting on the thought. Just like that. Just right there. There goes the thought. All gone. Poof. Off into the stratosphere. Where it belongs. I think I'm also still stuck on the fact that nobody believed me that frogs have teeth. I'm still hurt by that. Just like, I know a fact. And the only reason that I'm even aware of that is because of Sim Park, which was this... There were these series of Sims, or Sim games, that came out around the same time as the Sims 1. So there was like Sim Park, Sim Safari, Sim Copter, Sim Ant, Sim Farm. I'm missing a couple. Sim Earth, I think, was another one. And the one, Sim Park, would give you these little tidbits. There was like this little frog, I think his name was Rizzo, would pop in, and he would randomly tell you things about animals. And he popped up enough that it stuck in my brain. So it was like, the difference between frogs and toads. Frogs are smooth. Slimy, and usually have teeth. Toads are rough, bumpy, and toothless. And then he would say one of his like several ways of like stepping aside. Hello, Rommel, how's it going? Rizzo, isn't that a rapper or something? Yeah, but this was a frog in the game Sim Park. And he would have like, okay, bye. Or what was it? It was, okay, bye. See you later, alligator. He had another one. He had at least 3 farewells, and I can't remember the other ones off the cuff. His other one, the other one that I always remember is he would pop in and be like, nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds. All Blue Jays need is nuts and seeds. Impressed with my poetry, aren't ya? And then he would step away. Oh, and if you clicked on him in the middle of his spiel to like make him stop, he would be like, touchy, touchy, because he was upset that you told him to go away. And that's how I know that frogs have teeth, because of the game Sim Park. A reminder, children, you can in fact actually learn from video games. You just have to make them fun. Or just enjoyable visually enjoyable. Like, Solarcy was playing a demo on stream today, and I cannot remember for the life of me what the game was called, unfortunately. But it was like a sort of a Where's Waldo, I Spy kind of game where you have your map and you need to find the things on your list. And when you click on them, it will tell you like a fact about them, because it's a nature-based game set in, it has to have been like southern France because of the one critter that was in it. But like games like that can teach you stuff. Like I didn't know what a genet was, like Genet. And then I looked it up, and it's just like, oh, it's a very particular type of animal. I don't know what it's comparable to, but there's 17 different species of it, and only one of them is in Europe. All the rest of them are scattered throughout Africa. And it's the common genet that is in Europe. And the only places that it's in is in Portugal, Spain, and southern France. And it's like, there you go. You can learn things from video games. It's crazy. I think my favorite version of interrupting the tutorial guy was in... I don't actually know that one specifically, Rommel, but do enlighten if you can. Or if you wish to. Just like, again, another thing that I learned once upon a time in a video game, which I think, no, it had to have been Medieval Total War, the first one. Because when I played it, I read every single building's text. Like, if you built a building or an upgrade, I would read it and be like, oh, what's this? You know, like, what does this do? It's like, oh, well, it gives this, but also here's a history. Like how back in the day, there were actually people whose job it was to go and collect dog droppings to give to leather workers so that they could use the manure to tan hides. That was how they made their living, was to find dog poops and give them to tanners. And have a good night, Brian. Thanks so much for stopping by, my dude. Have yourself a good one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. One of them, Munch, would just burp, and he would say something like, well, fine, I'll go somewhere I'm appreciated. I like that. Just very like, fine, you don't want me here? I'll go then. There's other places I can go. The sass upon your players energy. Wait. I mistook the German flag for the Belgium flag. It's very embarrassing, and we're just about to cross into the Netherlands. Hello, riders. How dare you? How dare you? Out here giving me a stinky note? Like you know what's up? I'll have you know, I'm not stinky at all. I'm actually very clean. Perfect. No, hot. Stop it. Yeah. How are you, by the way, riders? I hope that you're doing well. No, don't brake. Go faster. They're so slow, Chad. Look at how slow they're going. They're like going the speed limit or something. You're right, I don't know what's up. I mean, you're right, but also I'm wrong, so, well. Well, Germany tried to make Belgium part of them multiple times. True, though in two particular cases, they did it specifically because they wanted to get past the Maginot Line without much bloodshed. It's just like, that's a lot of fortifications. What if we go around it? It'd be funny if you turned that fenced area into an impromptu lot. Well, look. Look, riders, I'm driving a big fuck you truck at the moment. I can do whatever I want. Who's gonna stop me? People are like, you can't do that. And I'm like, okay, stop me then. And they're gonna go, and I'm gonna go, that's right. I'm a big fuck you truck. You literally can't stop me. Oh, the windmills. Even though I'm speeding right now, I'm realizing I shouldn't because this is a pretty sharp bend. We got the heavy winds today too with our nice little wind sock. The flare gun in the glove box to use. Exactly. Prepare yourself. Sir, do you have a firearm in the vehicle? I do not. Do you have any kind of gun in the vehicle? Does a flare gun count? No. Then no. Officer turns their back. Fire the flare gun at them and drive off. Oh God, makes me think. There was this sorry, my model's just not quite where I want it to be. It's frustrating me. I remember seeing this road rage video of this guy who was he was losing his mind. Like, just wanted to shatter this guy's windshield and he couldn't do it. or his how to say it, his door window, and like couldn't do it, and he's just raging, and then just he like goes back to his car and like runs over and like tries to shoot the window with the flare gun, and the flare bounces off the window, surprise, and hits him in the arm, and just goes, and he's just screaming because he has this flare burning into his arm. And I'm just like, ah, oh, how do you get that mad? Like, bud, seek help, get therapy, please. Because, like, a flare makes light through chemical reactions that also produces a heck ton of heat. He is getting second, third, first degree? One of the degree burns by having that thing melt into his arm. But it's just so like, what are you doing? Why? Why do you need to do this to this other vehicle? Great googly moogly. Stop laughing at me, flying avocado. Yeah. I don't ever want to see the video again because I feel like watching a man like holding, I don't remember if it hits him in the arm or in the chest, but regardless, it's like a horrifying thing to think about. Of, you know, like having something that produces that much heat just attached to your body. But at the same time, it's just like a reminder, kids, chemical reactions are dangerous. So let's not shoot flare guns in situations where they might. Let's just not shoot flare guns. In any case other than an emergency, do not fire a flare gun. Though I believe in... Oh, which game is it? Oh, what were those called again? Killing Floor. I believe the Pyro class, their first special weapon is a flare gun. I'm pretty sure. They upgrade later to like, you know, like Dragon's Breath weaponry and such. But the first rule of flare gun safety, have fun. No, riders, no. Please. They're just a little guy. Gosh dang it. We have an ad break coming up, unfortunately. Everybody, you guys know the drill. We need to take a quick 3-minute break if you guys can or are able to. If you get up and stretch, grab yourself some meat, grab yourself some drink. Make sure you guys taking care of yourselves. I'll be back ASAP. BRB. Sorry about that. Took a little bit longer than expected. Hello, Ignis. How goes? Thank you for the hydrate. And I guess the pillow strikes. Oi! And the Z/Z strikes. Okay, well you're just being unreasonable right now. You're getting cranked. Look, it's not my fault that D&D got canceled today, okay? Don't you get started with me now, ma'am. Staring at colors because we got the colors for characters. We finally finished. We finished what specifically, Ling? I may have missed what you were supposed to be doing. Oh, your photo joke is totally mine. I mean, I would have been late regardless today. So I still felt terrible. I was still like, the Friday D&D session, characters needed an outfit change since we're going to the desert. So we gotta pick colors for new outfits. Ah, well I hope everybody's having fun picking their different outfits. Excuse me. I hope that wasn't too loud. I tried to lean as much as I could. Sorry, I had a hankering. It was an adventure. A good adventure? It's usually me telling. This looks weird and we try to figure it out. Snappa, don't let her choose your colors for you. You pick your colors, gosh dang it. But not in a fun... But not as fun as going to the not as fun as going to not a strip club. The mint hat. Hello, Trujan. I hope that you're doing well. Yeah, you see, because I like to keep my truck in mint condition. This is my bad joke for the stream that I am not promoting whatsoever. And you know what? That's my choice. Also, Ignis, I hope that the prep is going well. To be clear, even though I'm sassing, I am sorry that that the week has done what it's done and that you couldn't get your prep done. I spent that time hanging with family and reading more about a new TTRPG because I finally was like, no, I'm gonna learn this TTRPG, gosh dang it. So I just sat down and started reading it. And it's like, oh, there's some cool systems to this. I don't fully understand them all yet, but I will. In time. Green! You all saw it. It turned green. There was no reason for me to stop whatsoever. Of course. Wow. Doesn't even start at the green. He's like, no, no, no. As soon as that yellow hits, it's game time. It's go time. It's travel on time. So Trujan, I hope that you're doing well, my dude. I'm dying inside, but I'm doing great. Ignis, do we need to like have like a sit down, a little sit down session where we do the idea bouncing? Is that what's happening? What's going on? Or are you dying inside specifically because of just the fact that the week has been long and I'm misunderstanding? Tell me your woes, friend. Or don't. Totally up to you at the end of the day. The week has been long, and the homebrew is much. Oh! Ulf is the moneymaker! Look at that currency flowing in! Ooh! He's the favorite child. Thomas, he's trying, but he's kind of a babby. Where specifically is the homebrew coming from, if you don't mind me asking? Because I don't really know a whole lot about what's homebrew, what's not homebrew. I'm just working with bog standard 5e and 5e supplement material. I'm not diving into any homebrew because Kukure is specifically how to say, is just meant to be a side character. I built them to essentially be an NPC. Everything is home. Well, literally everything. I mean, well, yes, but homebrew can still take inspiration from, like, the Forgotten Realms or other literature and settings. Like, you could be like, oh, we're gonna do like a D&D game, but it's kind of set more in the Witcher universe. You know, like, not exactly the same. See, Thomas is trying his best, but he's not quite there yet. Like, oh, it's kind of like this and kind of like this. Like, we're plucking elements from it. Like, I've been having that in my brain recently. Like, every time that I... Is it L? No. L is lights. E. No, the universe is homebrewed. Well, sure, but that doesn't mean you can't pluck elements from places. Like, we're in the era where nothing is original. Originality comes from mix and matching at this point. Like, it's less about, I created this whole new universe that's completely unique, and more just like, it's kind of like if you took The Witcher and, but you brought in the Force from Star Wars. You know, it's kind of like the Mistwalker series, but it's got elements of The Sopranos. It's like if you took the world of Dune with the religions of Warhammer and the art style of... Now my brain's forgotten the name of that game. I can't think of the game off the cuff. Doesn't matter. Regardless, it's like that. I've been plucking a few monsters from other games that exist for the next place, but I have to create their sheets. Yeah, I get you. Though don't forget, you could just find monsters from other places and just pluck them out and be like, okay, it's like this, but they have one extra strength, they don't have this ability, and their attacks use fire instead of ice. There's a lot of ways that you can make your life easier. I say, never doing that, making everything complicated. Everything needs to be original and unique. This is more me talking to me than me talking to you. That's why I'm learning new TTRPGs. I'm kind of forcing myself into a position where I need to start pondering again and be like, all right, bud, you've been away from the DM screen for a very long time. Start doing this. Kit bashing is original, just ask Gunpla fans. There you go. Kit bashing is completely reasonable. Like, there's a D&D podcast called The Adventure Zone. And a lot of their adventures are based on what the dungeon master witnessed semi-recently. Like, they'll have an arc of something and he'd be just like, well, this is clearly because I watched these movies, like, a few months ago and they inspired this. Like, there's a whole scene, without too many spoilers, where they have, like, some racing stuff that's, like, clearly, like, a mixture of, like, the Fast and the Furious mixed with, like, Mad Max. You know, like, that sort of a thing. And, like, the fun thing, too, Ignis, is as long as you have, like, a reasonable amount of knowledge in your pocket, like, you can waffle some of this stuff. How dare. I will take the crack. And I'll sell it for hefty profits. But, like, there's a lot of, want to know what the redeem was. Oh, it's, alright, you can take the crack. It's from, Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. It was just a line that I thought was funny, so it's like, nah, we're gonna make that a redeem for now until I get bored of it and randomly to get rid of it for something else. I am so gonna get penalized for not having slept, but there's no place to sleep. They're gonna get so cranky at me for being like, why haven't you slept? And it's like, because I physically can't. There are no places to get off the highway to take a snooze, okay? At this point, I'm just accepting the fact that I'm gonna take a couple of hits like that and just make it to the place. Now I can't remember what I was talking about anymore. Completely gone. Yeah, as long as you know a bunch of stuff, you can make stuff, but you can kind of come up with it on the fly if you need to. Like, if there's a certain thing that you just hadn't completely prepped for and you're kind of like, well, wait, how do I approach this? And it's like, well, it kind of works like this, so... this should work. You know, like, if they do this, like, make this kind of a roll, or approach this, or if you don't, if they give some kind of a specific, not too difficult action, or they give, like, an impassioned speech, you can be just like, yeah, I'll allow that. No need for rolls, you just did it because you convinced them. They are awestruck by your silver tongue. I, again, also say as someone who is a vast over-prepper. I mean, rolls are only for chances of failure anyway. True, true. But specifically, Snapple, what I'm saying is, there are some times... like, I've experienced this with some DMs before, where somebody will do, like, a genuinely cool speech. Like, they will get into character, they will roleplay something out, it'll be, like, a really cool moment. You know, like... it'll be just, like, this really, like, on-point situation, and then... where, like, clearly, like, everyone in the group is just like, that was awesome, and then... just ignore me here, by the way. I took a wrong... oh, Jesus, I took a wrong turn. And then the DM's like, all right, roll for it. And then they roll, and it's just like, oh, you rolled a 2. Just like, no, they're not convinced. And it's just like, well, what was the point of the speech, then? Why would they have bothered with the roleplay if they're just gonna get... like, if there's no point to it, you know? Beep, 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 beep. Sorry, I'm yelling at my thing. Though don't get me wrong, like, there is definitely, like, a... it's not meant to be, like, an easy way out. Like, to extend an olive branch to said DMs that I have witnessed this before. Like, there is also, like, well, I don't want it to be that the charismatic player, not the charismatic character, can just make these things happen. You know? should be roll and then give a speech that you think that, yeah, that's also a good way to do it. Though, I'm of the opinion, and that, you know, like, situationally, of course, like, but in some cases, it's just like, look, like, this guy is going to be very difficult to convince. That's just how it is. You know, like, you can have the most impassioned speech ever, it's not gonna happen. Or in some cases, you can be like, they give an impassioned speech and it's just like, okay, but I did state this character is hard to convince, roll with advantage. You know, like that was a really good speech. Here is a gift to you as a reward for role-playing. But, you know, like there's still a chance that this guy's not convinced. And then you can have fun with it that way, right? Because it's like, here, take this, and if it doesn't work, you know, let's say you're trying to convince a character to, or an NPC that, maybe like a member of royalty, that they need to like let this person go, and you give like this big speech about just like, don't you have a heart, and you've like maybe even learned something about that character. It's just like, was it not your mother that died to these other people? How do you think they would feel if they knew that you were doing the same back at them? Do you really think that this is what she would want? And then let's say you get that advantage and you fail. You could have a great moment where, like, the nobleman is just like, a rousing speech is what I would say if it wasn't so campy and cant. Nay, I shall not be swayed by your honeyed words. And then boom, now the players are going to be upset with that character, which is just like, boom, now that character potentially is even villain material. Like, there's a lot of ways to approach it. I just feel it can be really defeating if you wanted to do something specifically and you put time and effort into it, only to then be told, no, roll for it. At the end of the day, the dice will decide. With, like, your efforts meaning nothing. Yeah, exactly. Well, okay, let's kill him. Let's beat him to death with hammers. It's why I find intrigue D&D so fascinating, but have such a trouble with it. Because I'm not a good actor. Or at least I'm not as good as I would like to be. Both from the side of the player and from the side of the dungeon master. Like, I would love to be able to do, like, a good villain speech. You know, on the spot. Like, what's that guy's name? From Dimension 20. Brennan. Oh, what is his frickin' name again? I can't think of his name off the cuff. Brennan something. But, like, that dude can pull, like, a villain speech out of his frickin' back pocket. Like, he seems to just always be ready. And, like, maybe some of it is planned, and he's just, yeah, like I've had this one prepped for, like, 6 sessions, and now it's finally time for me to just drop this, like, frickin', you know, like, my full hand of Exodia on the table and watch as the players marvel at the reveal. Or he's just good at it, whichever one it happens to be. But it is enjoyable to be able to do that, and it's something that I wish I could do better. I don't know why this is going to me being just like, oh, woe is me and my inability to perform. But it's just connected. I think part of the reason is that it makes me sad when somebody roleplays well, and then their roleplay is kind of just dismissed by a bad roll. I think that's my summary of the thought process. So at the end of the day, I also don't, just like, I guess to clarify, I don't fault the DMs that do the roll for it thing. I don't, because DMing is hard. You have to do a lot of things and keep a lot of stuff in mind in very rapid succession. There's gonna just be a point in time where you're just like, roll for it. You know, like you're trying to make sure that you've got all your monsters prepped for for the fight that's about to happen in the next room that the players don't know about. And you just have your kind of moment of just like, yeah, roll for it. Don't know why I hit E. Whoops. Well, we can do this for a tiny bit extra XP. This'll be easy. Anyway, apologies for my momentary impassioned proclamation I've just got. I've got TTRPGs on the brain because I'm specifically learning a new one. T. There we go. Tip. Boom, boom, boom. I don't actually think placing it yourself, I don't think the XP is worth it from the perspective of time, where you could just be like, ah, well, you know, I could just not. But also, the big moolahs, boys and girls, big money. I actually need to drive because our character is... Oh wait, we did sleep just recently. Never mind. We can check if there's more jobs around. There you go. We'll do a short little drive. It looks like the job is actually in here somewhere. We just gotta go to the spot. Don't worry about it. This is not the way to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. Oh, that's probably the job right there, actually. I don't know if those are good sounds now that I'm thinking about it. I was right! It is in fact the gerb. I have a fun story that just happened if you want to hear. Sure! Also, I apologize, Ignis, that I tend to direct the conversations into TTRPGs when you're in chat. Just, you know, DM, meet DM, DM wish to speak of the D&D times. Did you ever have to experience this? Here's a neat idea. But please do share the story. I love myself a good story. Also, while you're typing that, I do love that I'm getting to the point where I know enough TTRPGs that I can start being like, oh, this might be inspired by this. You know, like starting to know enough systems that I just like, oh, this looks like it's kind of inspired by this to some degree. Like, the TTRPG that I'm learning at the moment is called Ironsworn. And it uses this system that kind of feels like it's from the spirit of Powered by the Apocalypse, which is a D6 system that's basically built on the idea that all results are one of three things. It is either success, partial success, or fail. Which in the case of this game is strong hit, weak hit, and miss when it comes to their skill checks. But they use a different system, which I think is actually neat. I don't know if I fully like it, but I like the concept. The idea being is that when you take an action, you roll an action dice. And we pause right here while we read Ignis' thing really quickly. I was looking at another stream and they were doing predictions for OSU for what rank they'd get. Everyone voted either B or C, and I, with 10 points, voted A. Lo and behold, they got a rank on the song, or they got the rank on the song, and I got, oh, let's go, when the points flow. That's the equivalency of quickly grabbing like a cheap lottery ticket and being like, oh, the winner, you say? Yeah, cash out now, Ignis. It ain't gonna get better than that. Incredible. So the way that the system works is you have your challenge dice, which are 2d10, and then you have your action dice, which is a d6. When you do a challenge, you roll all 3 of them. The d6 will be affected by a stat, like in the case of D&D, for instance, like your strength modifier or your wisdom modifier, etc. And then also you have bonuses that you can expend resources to gain extra bonuses. I don't know that 100% yet. That's new to me, but that's essentially what it is. And what happens is you take, I swear, I was about to say if you crash into me, I'm gonna get salty. What you do is you compare your number, bonuses included, like your action score, to the challenge dice. If your number is greater than the dice, it is classified as a success. If it is equal to or below the dice, it equals a failure. So the 3 statuses are: you beat both of the challenge dice and you have a strong hit. You beat one of them and you get a weak hit. You beat none of them and you get a miss. And then there's like other mechanics in play that let you fidget with that, either in a positive sense or in a negative sense. So there is a stat or like a mechanic called momentum. And momentum is gained through actions and like specific certain things, and it can be lost through actions and certain things. If you have a high momentum, you can use it to kill the challenge die, as long as your momentum is above it. So you can force either an auto weak hit or an auto strong hit, depending on how high your momentum is, which is an excellent system. But here's the fun part. Your momentum can go to as high as +10, and it can go as low as -6. And the reason behind that is when it's high, it can affect your d10s, aka your challenge dice. If it's low, it can affect your action dice, which is your d6. The way that it works is if you have negative momentum, let's say you have a negative momentum of 3, and you roll your action dice. If you roll a 3 on that dice, the dice gets taken away for that act. So let's say that you're doing a combat action, and you're like, all right, this is going to affect this is going to use my body stat, which is a +2. I'm going to, I have enough resources to add a +1 to it, so it would be a 3 plus whatever you roll. And then you roll, you hit that 3, and you have a -3 momentum. That 3 is now taken away. You only are now working with your stat and any bonuses that you've added. So instead of that becoming a 6, it is now a 3. And it's like, that's cool and brutal, because it forces you to be like, okay, I gotta work with my momentum. My momentum is bad and I need to fix it. Because anything low gives you a chance to it gives you the potential to death spiral to some degree. But you can get it back up. Also, when you burn your momentum to get rid of challenge dice, it resets it, and your momentum always starts at +2. Unless you have debilities, which you can gain either through stresses or through physical damage. Those can drop it down to 0 when it resets. And the fun thing is if you have debilities, either of psychological or physical, it also lowers your maximum momentum that you can have up to 2. So you can have a reset of 0, but if that's the case, then the maximum momentum you can have is +8, which means you can no longer knock out truly high challenge rolls anymore, because the number has to exceed it. So you can only beat, in those situations, a challenge roll of 7 or lower, which is just, it's fascinating. I love shit like that. I love the mechanics behind that. This is unfortunately all that I've learned so far, so the rest of it, you know, this is one of the reasons why I'm like, I'm hesitant to talk about it, because literally all I know is, like, some basic action systems. There's lots of other stuff in there. There's harm, there's stress, there's progress bars, there's... what is it? There are assets, there are different types of, like, vows and actions that you can take and what they all imply. There's story beats, there's, like, combat itself and how it works that I all don't understand yet. But that little action I thought was really neat. Like, it just was like, this is a cool dice system. And one of the reasons that it's cool is because this system is built to be played both without a DM/GM or without any other players. This system is designed that should you wish to, you can play it solo. Because there is a system in place called an Ask the Oracle, where you have percentile dice that basically helps you direct your game in certain situations when you don't know how a certain thing will go. It's like, well, I don't really know this particular situation, but I suspect it would be either this or this. And it's just like, great, roll for it. The Oracle, quote unquote, will help you decide, or will help guide which direction things go. And it's a simple little system that's just basically like, it's more likely to be this, it's less likely to be this, it's very likely, it's not likely at all. Yeah, exactly, Ignis. It's why I want to learn it, because I want to run it for myself at one point and just be able to be like, all right, how does this work? I want to learn how this works. Cut to me at 4 a.m. at my dining room table being like, how could this be? The damned idiots at this particular location are just being unreasonable. So I feel like I missed a turn somewhere, and now it's forcing me to turn around, and I didn't realize it. You better sleep. I will sleep. I was just having a funny haha. Also, the setting seems really neat, and it's has systems in play that you can, how to say it, like homebrew and how to say it, adapt it according to the system that you want to play. The setting itself is very low magic dark fantasy. Like, from what I've gathered, is basically the homelands of just most people are gone. Oh my god, just didn't hit it. Like, the majority of the population of the realm has been pushed into this peninsula. This uncharted, untamed, dangerous peninsula where people are just barely struggling to survive. The winters are brutal, communities are disconnected, there are no kingdoms and no empires, there are villages and homesteads. And I'm immediately like, that's awesome, I love that. Like, everyone is disconnected, most people are distrustful, and they have every right to be, because some places, whereas some places are keeping themselves afloat through farming and through, like, you know, foraging, there are some places that are sustaining themselves through raiding and scavenging. You know? We figured out how to do the big bonk. so therefore your stuff is ours. Oh, also the other thing I like, and the reason that it's called Ironsworn, is in this game, vows are, like, very, very important. Like, when you take a vow, it means something. And the little bit of lore that I love that has been dropped in the rulebook so far is when you swear a vow, it is tradition to do so while holding a piece of iron, because in this world's lore, they believe that iron amplifies your vows so that the gods can hear it better. Because civilization is so lost and iron is relatively scarce, they believe that swearing on iron, like, allows your prayers and oaths to be louder so that the gods can hear you. And I'm like, that's such a cool concept. I love that. That is so awesome. But I'm a sucker for stuff like that, so, you know, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Did they lose their goddamn minds over steel then? They don't have access to steel, Snappa. Do you really think that people who can just barely, who are just barely able to forge any iron are going to be able to have the means to produce copious amounts of steel? No, it's called Ironsworn, Snappa, not Steel Sworn. Jeez, it's like he's not even listening. Also, just to be clear, my lights just flickered, so if I suddenly disappear, it's because my internet suddenly died. Or my power just straight died. So, hold our breath that is not the case, but it is a possibility. Still, I love shit like that. I love the, like, the gods, you know, like, the gods are silent, we can't hold, you know, like, the world is lost, the age of darkness is upon us. But the one thing that we seek comfort in is the prayers through iron, because in this dark world, this gives us one hope that the gods can still hear us. I love shit like that. I love that dark, dystopian, like... It's the same reason that I like Warhammer 40K, you know? Like, the dark ages of tech. Like, I'll have to read more into the lore and see what actually happened, because it sounds like there is, like, a pretty horrible darkness that has taken over everything. That was a strange sound. And there is, like, some magic in the world. You didn't see nothing, chat. But it's, like, wild and difficult. And most people who try to use it end up just kind of, you know... not surviving the experience. And it's like, I love this. Num 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 num. Give me more of this setting. I do also like that they kind of wishy-washed the, like, situation of, like, ethnicity and sexual orientation. Like, they're literally just like, okay, so, like, everybody got frickin'... The people who survived managed to make it to this peninsula. The diversity here is not the issue, it's the survivability. People aren't prejudiced against, like, skin color and sexual orientation. They're prejudiced against their their neighbors, like neighboring villages, because it's like those guys could attack us at any time potentially. And I'm sitting there like, well, historically, that's not really how it goes, but it's a fantasy game. I'll let it slide. Sorry, I had to honk at them. They're not moving very quickly. But what if, though? What do you mean, what if, though? I think it would still be an iron, like, they would still swear on iron because it's iron sworn. Snappa, sometimes it feels like you don't listen to me. Anyway, apologies for the little ramble there. Just, oh, I love settings like that so much. They just, they hit that perfect, you know, like, hopeful hopelessness in my old noggin. And I'm just like, num 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 num. Where do they want me to park it? Oh. Okay, well, in this case, it's literally just me driving forward, so. In this case, the XP is just fine and worth it. Of course, I'm just a little bit... There we go. T. And once more XP. Snap, I have taken all of the explosive capabilities that I could, just for you. Hit the yellow X's, heard they give you bonus points. Well, I'm glad someone finally said it. There you go. I have access to flammable solids, flammable liquids, and explosives. All of the important ones is what I'm saying. I should actually grab the, yeah, not super important. Certified death on Hot Wheels. Hell yeah, brother. We're gonna level this to maximum. We'll do these, and then we'll start doing the eco driver because it is beneficial to reduce, like the fuel consumption. Because over time, that's gonna just gently pay for itself. How we doing in terms of, we have that much muns, and we need, oh, we still got a long way to go before we're paying off that bad boy. That being said, though, we have a little bit of time, so let's actually look at some. And then I crashed the game. So you look at all these upgrades. Oh, cab things and chassis things and chassis things and chassis things. Oh wait, I specifically have, oh no, this is actually the correct one. And we don't have any trailers, so none of this is important to us, because it's like, ooh, we can do a paint thing and a solid axle thing and a wooden floor flatbed thing. Oh, that was Olive Stream with the manor. Sorry, I couldn't think what it was called anymore. How much are these called? This feature's only trustworthy. You need at least 5 trucks before you can buy online. Frick you, Volvo. Friggin' jerk. Friggin' dingus. Friggin' stupid. Current capacity. Wait, current productivity. What's this? A fully equipped garage of this size is expected to earn this much money a week. The bar shows how well it's doing. Well, we don't have them at maximum levels yet, so that's fine. How much does it cost to upgrade? It's not that expensive if we get a loan. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. But we could, but we won't. And there you go. The fuel is what's kind of kicking us in the bum a little bit there. The driver's pay is actually where the majority of our money is going. And truck maintenance is not great, but the fuel's also there, so we should actually start making sure that peeps are getting their fuel prices down. Our productivity is not great. It's still a daily profit of almost 16,000. That's pretty nice. That's pretty cool, right? How is my boy doing? Oh yeah, you need to survive. You need to do. Total driven. Oh, just 6,000. It's fine. 6,000 kilometers, easy. Let's check the map really quickly. Because I don't suspect there's a service station too close here. There's one right there. Let's check to make sure our bad boy is still running nice and smooth. This is not designed to be traversed easily. Whoever designed this parking lot is a monster. But I suppose it's all right. Goodness me, just drive, idiot. When you designed the car lot for eco cars. Look, I agree, Snappa. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Someone was playing a trick on me just now. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. Ah, they don't want me to travel, chat. They don't want me going where I need to go. Don't worry, though. We're just doing a quick zoom. Just the quickest little zoom. Just to see how much damage we've done. Because don't forget, we have done some damage to this old truckaroony. You know what? Hee. Didn't even get charged for it, boys. Let's go. No further questions. No statements. Nothing, chat. Just admit it was really clever and also smart. Alright. Start by looking at the... Oh. Yeah, chassis taken. Ugh. Again. So soothing. Yeah, to do a full fix will be brutal. So let's for now just do... Sorry, if we're in here, we need to listen to at least 45 seconds of it. And boop. Oh, it just keeps going here. Perfect. Does the music keep going if I try to upgrade the cab? Oh, that makes me better at heavy loads. Tilt reversal. Okay, it's just literally more horsepower and more torque. Oh, this is just like, just a good. Like, it just makes things better just across the board. Yeah, I should just buy that. Why is it called that? Why is it called this word? You know what? Oh yeah, here we go. Here's where the physical stuff starts to come into play. Go into the other side. Oh, it's just a different color system. That one's not important. Ooh. It just means slow. I know, but it's such like a, how do I approach this? I get a aw. Can I get an aw? I don't even know what that does. I don't know what any of this is. Thank you for the hydrate, Ignis. That's what it functionally is. I figured that was the case. I don't think that you're lying to me, Snap. I wouldn't consider you one of a lying sort. Put plates, plastics. One of those funny yield word things. Yeah, like one of those just like, I'm uncomfortable saying this, but like that's just how it be. Well, they do have a bunk bed capability. Hold on, what can you even do with it specifically? Oh my god. Oh, the race cars! Zoom zoom! No. Go back to here, because I think the only thing... Oh, it just expands the cab a little bit. Doesn't provide any bonuses. Order at the moment. Yeah, this one's getting sold. This thing, specifically. Let's just specifically remove all of these. Go straight back to getting this. That's the one that's actually just a straight bonus for us. There. This makes sense to me. Confirm, purchase. This boy is doing great now. This is now just objectively a better truck. Also, I was not watching the time. We need to finish streaming. Let's see. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys, but I'll have to do it really fast. I don't know if I'll be able to do it fast enough. No. You know what? I'm rolling a dice on it. That's the sitch. I'm sorry, Ignis. I suck. All right. 1, 2, and 3 we go there. 4, 5, and 6 we go there. There we go. We're going Olive. Olive is playing Minecraft. We're gonna go say hi to Olive. Why are you crying? There's no crying in baseball, Ignis. Also, if I learn more stuff about Ironsworn, I'm just gonna randomly throw it your way because that's the right thing to do in my eyes. All right, everybody, I apologize for doing this a little bit quickly, but the stuff is coming up. If you're subscribed, top rate message. If you're not subscribed, please use bottom rate message. Well, consider yourself abused. I don't know. My microphone's not picking that up, but there are some loud-ass vehicles. All right, quick outro, and then we gotta be done for the night. Thank you so much for sticking around, whether you were chatting, whether you looking, whether you popped in and out for a second, or just be pretty soon. Hope you guys have a great afternoon, even whatever time it is for you. Hope you guys take care of yourselves, so drink, play, and why don't we finally sleep, whatever time it is for you. Hope you have a very restful sleep. I'm probably going to miss a day or two this coming week, unfortunately, because I gotta go do rock picking at my parents' place. So I'm gonna try to make it up the week afterwards with probably like an extra long stream at some point for the funsies of it. We'll figure it out then. Maybe I'll throw something on my Discord, so if you're not on my Discord, you should. Anyway, we gotta go. I will see you guys the next time that I see you. Have yourself a great rest of your weekend. Goodbye for now.